Hello. It's a bit late. I wasn't able to stream yesterday, and I found out if you're using YouTube Paint and you have an old version and you're moving to the new one, files that are using the old version, like our little baddie friend, might have been broken. So it took me a while to figure out what was going on, so I took yesterday to kind of diagnose and clean up a little bit on the file. I just appended our little sculpture into a new file, so there's a few things missing. We're going to have to rebuild a couple of things, but we'll get back on track. It'll only take a minute, and the only thing that we lost really was the originally low poly, unwrapped, YouTube painted model. So we're gonna get back to that version, but bigger, badder, better when we have our sculpt in a good place. And we're almost there. I think we're almost there. Looking at it, I just see a couple of quirks to work on. I'm trying to think of what it was I saw earlier. I'm curious about like turning these toes a little upward, so it looks like they can land more on the front of their feet here, and this will stay lifted. What else was there? There's some notching a little bit around the edges here. These little bumpy bits. Let's just try to clean those up. And looking at reference images of bats, I kind of saw that their ridges are more... they're creased outward, not inward. So these big areas should be concave and this should be convex. So we're going to try to fix that too. And then I think that's it. We can do some texturing, like some fur texture along the side if I can figure out how to do that. And then get along to putting some wrinkles in the leather of the wings. And I think that'll do it. Hiya, Pixel Tuner. How's it going? Just spent yesterday recovering my file from a little bit of corruption, just a little bit of an oopsie daisy that kept me from being able to work on my model yesterday. But that's all right. And let's try to jump into... just start by smoothing, I guess. Let's go ahead and have this on. What you up to today? I still want to be able to see just a little bit of the wireframe, but not that opaquely. Just to get an idea of what's happening to my model when I do things. Let's try to get rid of the worst jaggy parts here. Tap, 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 tap. I want it nice and even. I don't know how much any of this is going to be affected when it gets baked, so just trying to stay clean as we go through the process. Don't want too many unintentional bumps. You have a practical exam tomorrow? Oh no. I wish you the best of luck. Did you do your homework? Did you study? Gotta turn that music down for myself. I can't hear myself. That's a little better. Okay. I could do low strength, high radius. I'll just kind of average a few. Areas a little bit better without losing too much of my creasing and stuff. Seems to be the case. Nice. You did everything you could. Well, I'm sending you all the luck I have, which is admittedly not too much, but you know, I hope it counts for something. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Any lumpiness. Hi, Lethal Jelly Bean. Hope you're doing well. You're having a good day. Seems to be helping doing this. It doesn't look like at like first glance that a lot is happening. But I'm just trying to get some of the bumps out. Some of the nitty-gritty gnarlier pieces to be a bit more averaged. Hi, Zergling. I think I'm pretty okay with that. How do I go about just completely inverting everything that I did in here? Can you crease in the other direction? Like if I don't know, reduce some of this and try to target it a bit more nichely? Can I make you an extruded ridge instead? Nice. Okay, so I think that was part of the problem. Yep, we got our plus and minus. What was something else that was like driving me a little bonkers? Right, under Dintopio. Dintopo. I wanted this to be more constant, but then I couldn't remember what the resolution was. It was like real high. Because I don't like that it's being affected by my camera distance, I jump in and out a lot. Try that. I don't want all of this unevenness happening. Dentopio Pudupudubu. Something like that. They could have come up with an easier name for this. And maybe I can like soften it from there. think that's a little bit closer to how bat ears should go. Okay. And we'll just try to do it to the other lines, and that should be it. Just inverting all of this. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe that's a bit too far. Smooth, smooth, smooth. It's a bit more in the ballpark. Hiya, Defiant. Yes, we are doing ears and just a little bit of cleaning up, and I hope that we can get into like some fur texturing and putting some leather wrinkles in the wings. How are you doing today? No, I don't think that's how I want to do it. We'll try the blob with less radius. Try to get some of that dip back in there. There we go. It's dynamically changing the size and shape of the topology, so maybe something like auto resizer. I like the sound of that as a word, auto resizer. Din topo requires too much preliminary knowledge of what's happening, and that is like something I wish that programmers would keep in mind, or app designers and stuff like this, is how much of this needs to be technical jargon that then kind of gatekeeps anyone from just dynamically encountering a button and understanding kind of what it's doing without like a manual and several years of experience in 3D modeling. I think at my last job we were a little bit back and forth about that kind of thing. We in the end made like a beginner mode and an advanced mode, but then like when beginners were clearly ready to start addressing advanced mode concepts, they couldn't find the toggle. So it is an internal struggle, and there is no good answer for that. Oh, you got dragged in for a meet and greet by the new neighbors? That's cool. Did you cook for them? Did they cook for you? My first thought with like meeting new neighbors is there's usually food involved. Who gives the food? Who receives the food? What's the obligation? Because I never had the good fortune in my living experiences to have like a very involved neighborhood or strong sense of community. So I didn't really have people coming to my door with cookies and welcome them to the neighborhoods. So I want to do right in case like that eventually comes to pass, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm just going to tighten up the little corners where the ridges connect to the outer lobe of the ear. That'll do it. Whoever feels like organizing something arranges food. Oh, they gave you a plant. That's smart. A plant is smart. That's a good housewarming gift. Unless you know the person is not very good at taking care of plants, in which case you have doomed this plant to die. Not necessarily true in my case. I can take care of a plant. It's just that we tend to travel and I can't be taking on plants that require a lot of babysitting. So we mostly have succulents these days. You hide so fast so neighbors only see the doors closing. Just like Sonic on the race from the car to the front door. If they don't see me, I don't have to talk. Maybe I can just grab this up and in a little bit. In. Coming out too far. Too far. It still seems a little too defined. What is the balance there? Try to take some of that definition out and see if it's just enough to get by without being too gnarly. Guess that's kind of there. That's kind of there. So they're moving into a smaller apartment and didn't have space for it. Oh, okay. That's real thoughtful of them, though. Are you a green thumb? Can I chill some of this out? That seems a little crazy over here. Just knock it off a little bit. You don't need all that. Nobody needs all that. All them triangles. Giving me the heebie-jeebies. Why am I bothering with this? It's all going to get tackled later. I should just leave this part alone. I'm gonna stop doing this before I mess with something I'm not supposed to. Well, that's good. You got that farmer green thumb. That's good stuff. Just feel this oil for dampness every now and then and give them some water. I wish I could believe you. I wish I could believe you on that. I really do. But there's like the chemical level of the soil comes into play, and then there are those people that come and they just like throttle their plants, you know, so that their stems kind of have enough strength to continue growing upward. There's steps involved in this that require some like diagnosing and reaction. I didn't know about throttling plants to help them grow upright until entirely too late, and most of my plants, back when I was growing more, were just kind of, they're alive, they're doing their best, but they are doing a mean lean and just sort of all falling over. I tried to like rotate them toward the light, but they're like, the base of their stem would just not be hardy enough to hold up their big old pretty leaves. How do I do fur detail? How am I gonna do that? I'm just gonna like crease a whole bunch of things. I wonder if any of these are like gonna help me with that. No, 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 no. Smear. Colors. Well, this is like vertex painting or some stuff. We don't need that. No, 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 no. Steam announced a new VR headset. I gotta see this. I mean, if Steam's doing it, maybe I'll get involved. The other VR stuff I haven't really been motivated enough to touch. Here's my policy. If there are like 3 or more games that I'm gonna spend like the value of the console or device's amount of hours playing those 3 or more games, then maybe I'll consider putting them, like, I want to make sure I get my value back. I want to buy a VR headset, play one game and for like 2 hours and that's it. Steam VR headset. Steam frame. Crazy. Hold on, I'm checking my message now. Huh. I don't know how I feel about this controller. It's a little... I get the idea. But I hate touchscreen stuff. I want clicky buttons and only clicky buttons because I know exactly what just happened whenever my thumb accidentally grazes something. So looking at the controller, and if it's anything like the Steam Deck little mouse pads, I am not the greatest fan. Clicky buttons are where it's at. Clicky buttons means not having to look at what I'm doing with my hands. I can keep my eyes on the screen and know what, like, haptically just know what I just did. Does this finally mean Half-Life 3 is ready? I don't know. I mean, we can keep holding on hope. Steam rivaling Quest 3 is kind of awesome. I agree on that. I'm excited and curious to see more about the VR headset. I don't think I'm going to get that controller because I know how I am when I am heatedly into a game. My thumb pads are going to graze that mouse and then it's going to do something I didn't want it to do and that's going to drive me nuts. Because it's exactly what happens when I'm holding the Steam Deck, and it's usually why I play it on the base with a controller. Hate that a lot of appliances have little touch screens where you'd normally have buttons because it's sleek and it's futuristic. It's just a pain. Yeah, if the light hits the appliance wrong, you can't see what you're doing. Game should free the Gordon man. I mean, they gave us a little drip feed of something with Half-Life Alyx. I haven't played it because I think it's VR or something, but they at least know that there's still an audience for that. I hope they know that. Right, I was looking at like fur detail. What does that mean? What does this button do? Nope. Maybe it's the intensity of it. Maybe it'll work if it just... And that's a little too loose. Let's see. Maybe I need more of this to work with. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be it. Let me try to do it outwardly. It takes too much back and forth. Try a bigger radius and a bit more strength. That's kind of it. Probably a wider radius, less strength. Oof, that's so destructive. The story twist? I haven't even watched much gameplay of it. No spoilers. I may one day in the not so distant future, if they're coming out with a VR headset, maybe I'll play this. I think as someone that like has lived through the Duke Nukem overhype era, the thing about like when games are getting like way overhyped for too long and their production takes the Silk Song thing, the GTA 6s, I don't have the hype problem that I think a lot of people do because I have seen what happens when we pin all our hopes on a single game being like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Just gonna hope that the game comes out and hope that I'll enjoy it. And maybe if there is a Half-Life 3, I'll get around to it. Maybe if GTA 6 eventually comes out, I'll get around to it. I don't know about y'all, but I don't really hold my breath for a lot of AAA games anymore. I have been a little burned on things like the poor optimization of some new titles. Especially for the price point. How am I gonna get this fur to look fur? It's just looking streaky. There's gotta be a method to that. I think my policy on AAA games coming out is even if they come out, I'm gonna let them sit on the shelf for a few months until all of the kinks worked out, until I find out if they are sneaking in some microtransactional craziness, until all of the game drama comes out and calms down, and then I'll consider playing the game. Indie games have become to me the safest bet of like a day one purchase. Yeah, I agree with you. Like AA range studios do better. I'm really enjoying the renaissance of like indie gaming. I don't do a lot of the early access stuff for the same reasons. I want to play fully fleshed out experiences if I'm already putting money down. I'm just kind of grabbing one crease into another. So not what I'm after. Maybe this will help. I just want to be able to get these to pile up closer to each other. I don't know. And maybe strength up a little bit more. I don't know. Larian is a great example, yep. And Larian makes games that out of the box, while they are massive, will still run on a Steam Deck. So, looking at you, Capcom, Monster Hunter. Your move. Nah, it's still not it. It's getting closer. It's getting somewhere I would like. But I just kind of think maybe I can go more inward with some of the piles. If I can quickly toggle between the two, maybe I can make good builds of fur piles and use this to maybe section out some hair. And then this to kind of like build up some streaks. Okay, it's in the ballpark of where I want it to be. Now I just need to get it. Oh no. You know what? Just gonna pretend I didn't do that part. Close enough. All right. They don't stick them full of microtransactions. I agree with that, and they also make it very mod friendly. Very accessible to build upon, like, community content. BlenderMon. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me do that real quick. That'd probably be a great reference. Oh, BlenderMon has like a leather mask. Can I look at him from the back where there's less of the mask? Gotta be more images somewhere. Because he does have the kind of fur stuff going on at like the top of his feet. And underneath the mask. I can just get a good look at that. I guess in this one what I'm seeing is like big pulled away triangles. Yeah, like that. So if I can just like extrude little cones, if I can just extrude little cones, then I think, which I'm tempted to say it's this, but it's not gonna crisply grab away here. What were we doing yesterday? Not yesterday, the day before, we had found one of these, makes a good little claw. I think it was inflate for some reason. Let's try that. You pre-ordered Cyberpunk? I'm so sorry. Oh no. I believe that GTA 6 is going to be good. It's definitely got some problems to address with what they've done with their workers recently. Yeah, as I hear, Cyberpunk has really come around. into like a great game that I'm considering playing if I get the chance to and have the gaming energy for it again, which is sadly very rare for me now. It just seems like we're in an era where AAA games day one are not really ready for launch. They're always kind of either going through a drama, they're not optimized, they're not performant yet. They need some time out in the field before they clean up their act. Gone are the days of just buying a game out of the box and being able to plug and play and have a great time. What was I doing? I am looking to make hair bits with this tool. I think. I'm not sure. Try to make an extrusion with blob that I can then pull outward like that. That's way too shallow, but I think we're in the ballpark. If we make some huge pulls. Probably not with this one, Oh, is it just keeping it across tools? Let's try to get a few sections just to see and pull them into shape. Oh, no, hold on. Pull. Away. I think I like the stylistic nature of things like this. I might lean into that a bit more. I think that's almost something I like. I think I'm starting to like that. I'm gonna let that be for now. And maybe even save it. But yeah, profit motives are definitely wrecking the industry right now. When you played, what was it, Cyberpunk? You played all through the game, even with the bugs? It must be a pretty good story. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves in it, so that's probably enough of a good story for me. Maybe the top one should have more build on it that I can then just yoink, yoink, yoink into place. Yoink, yoink. A little more toward the body. Trying not to overwork this because it sort of loses control quickly if it does, but I don't want it to curl outward. I want it to curl in and down and follow the silhouette of the leg a little more. That means grabbing way less radius. No. A little more than that. There we go. Following the leg a little better. You have it on good authority, the story is breathtaking. You're breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. I'm trying to be a bit more selective where I'm putting these bits of, or tufts of hair. I'm kind of losing impact on some of the others while I'm doing this. There we go. And a little bit over here. And let's pull, pull, pull. It's a bit scaly looking at the moment. Maybe we can define some of these back out with a crease. The newest DLC, like for Cyberpunk. Don't know if I can decide which one is less bad. Oh no. There's a last meals show on YouTube. I don't know about it. I hope the DLC isn't like, was it Mass Effect 3? Because I straight up did not even try playing that game to the end after the drama around the ending of Mass Effect 3. And I'm told that they cleaned it up, but it's still a very sad ordeal that I'm not sure if I have the heart for. Mainly for my man Garrus, I can't let him down. If I never play the game, then my character is left in a world where they live happily ever after with a hot alien man. So, that's where I'm gonna leave it. In Night City, there are no good endings. We can put that on the box art. Poof, 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 poof. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Maybe if I zoom out, I can get more heft on this one. This is going to be a big one, I think. Ooh. Gonna have to also have a high amount of grab for it. I don't know. That's not the way. Just take the top part of the pile and pull it back in. And then pull it into a curve down. It's a little better. It's great. I'm missing out. I bet I am. I know that I am. But right now, I am only playing Digimon, and even that, I am not playing a lot of it. I got past this one big gnarly boss fight I was stuck on, played for like another hour or two, and then I get absorbed doing anything else. Mostly reading One Piece, but I would love it. Last Meals is an interview show on Mythical Kitchen. Okay. Uncle Roger. I haven't seen him in a while. I used to like the one YouTube show where they would make them eat hot peppers and then try to talk about whatever they're selling, you know, or their content. Thought that was a fun show, so I think I would enjoy it. Or maybe I just like watching people suffer, I don't know. No, that's not true. Not entirely true. Lighthearted games are the best. That's where it's at. Just, I don't always need my entire soul destroyed to have a good time. Stanley Parable is fun. Superliminal is also fun. I haven't played all of these. I haven't played Sam and Max. I played Peak, and then it tried to cook my computer, and so I haven't tried to open it since. I don't know why. It suddenly decided to eat all my resources, but until I figure out why that is, I have not gotten far enough into Peak to really get the hook of why I should play more before my computer crashed and was like, nah, girl, this is too expensive of a game for no reason at all. You know why? Please help me. I don't want to fry my computer. Hiya, Jojo. That's not true. That's not true. Not entirely true. Kind of, sort of, sometimes true. I feel like this is just going to be the rest of the stream, me building up piles of fur, now that I found a style that I'm like, oh, this is fine. So, I hope y'all are in the mood for that. Pull. Be a little further this way. I think I need to puff that back out, that little bit there. Maybe I can crease it in now. I think we've got enough major piles that we can start cleaning up on it. The way they procedurally instanced the individual rock parts caused it, instead of instancing, to copy the instance of an instance. Ooh. Oh no. But they fixed it? That's good. I might try it again. I might try it on, like, strictly the Steam Deck. Just in case. This is my main machine where I do most of my everything, and so I don't want to take too many risks with it anymore. Oh, why am I building it outward? It needs to go other way. Other way. Crease, crease. Crease, 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 crease. Crease, 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 crease. And a little bit more build up underneath the bottom. Kind of helps, I guess. Sort of tightens up on the idea. There's probably better methods for doing fur pile, but I will find them out later when I am researching. Right now we are faffing about. Just seeing what happens. Just to be sure, use your mod setup for the game. You added a lot of bug fixes since I'm already on the server. Okay, I can try it. Trim, trim, trim. Sharpening out those little bits here. This is kind of fun. I'm actually really enjoying this. I know I have to make the low poly version eventually. I don't think I'm going to do these fur piles with that if I do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I hope I'm not drawing myself into a corner. Probably am. That's very much a thing that I do. But this helps kind of balance out some of the detail. This area was too plain by comparison to this and this. Okay. Now we have a method to do that a little bit more later. I also have fun retopo all those feathers. But I made a coffee first and use hair cards later on. Like I said, there's a method, but we're not doing research right now. We're faffing about. And I still have an old version of the sculpt that I can append. So. Maybe I can do a little bit of this on the back end here just to make the tail a bit bushier. Let's grab a couple of piles out. Still have homework. I plan to do my homework. I am definitely going to do it because I'm already this far invested in it. I want to see this little creature get some life and maybe one day be rigged. Whether I do that high poly or low poly or anything else, I don't know yet. And maybe like a couple of big longer piles here. Okay, now I'll start pulling these. Pull, pull, pull. No matter what it will be, it's looking awesome. Thanks. I'm sure when I get more of the methods and stuff under my belt, then I'll have faster ways of doing all of this, and and stuff, but I just gotta work as much as I can with the knowledge that I have right now. Can't wait to be a master, to just start doing stuff. Well, it's a little bit scaly looking, but maybe that's okay. It's a monster anyway. Why am I being so precious about this? Okay. Pull, pull, pull. Yeah, a little bit of bushiness going on. Oh, it's that's sweet of you, but it's a turn of phrase. It's just like, don't be too precious about your art. Some of the best things that were taught to me in art school were just your first 5 ideas, be ready and willing to throw them away. Anything worth drawing is worth drawing a whole bunch of times until you get it right. And don't wait to be perfect to start doing it, or you will never do it. Okay, maybe I can pull that a bit more. I got a big bushy tail. Alright, let me try to clean up some of these little tufts now. Kind of define them out. Thank you, Pixel. I think I've made a lot of progress on things I never even intended to learn on this journey, just because you showed up, so thank you for that. I never thought that I would be sculpting, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it now that I am. I thought I would just stick with voxel and maybe low poly, but alas, now I've gotten the taste for sculpting. What am I doing? You've heard a lot of creative folks talk about how you need to know when you're at like 80 to 90% of how good you think you can make something. It's a good stage to call it good enough and move on. Yep. Lest you spend the whole rest of your life finishing that last few percent and you never actually make anything. That was my vice for a long time in my early art journey, was just working it to death. I call it working it to death. And at some point, it just makes the piece worse somehow. Like, if you spend too long on detailing a certain area, then you kind of lose the forest for the trees. And you'll have a very beautifully rendered, like, eye, and then the rest of the face just does not carry enough weight to be as pretty as that very pretty eye that you've drawn. It's a hard lesson to learn, though. It's hard to eyeball, like, when it's time to let it be, let it go on to the next thing. It's still kind of looking like an artichoke. Yeah. I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on it. Maybe it's an artichoke tail. It's a monster creature. It can be part vegetable. An artichoke's a vegetable, right? It does kind of look like an artichoke though. Which, if I'm sculpting an artichoke now, I know how to do that. So, one day when I need to sculpt an artichoke, I will be ready. I knew it was a vegetable. I was distracted. Getting out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Yade's also doing great. Like, I've only seen a little bit of her original work from starting to watch her streams now lately. But already what she's doing with Blender is pretty cool. There needs to be another couple of tufts up here, I think. Oh, look at all that geometry. Actually, don't look at it. Don't even worry about it. I think that might be good. I'm gonna get a little bit more poof here. Yeah, that'll do it. She started from blank zero. I thought she'd been like SDF modeling and stuff through Dreams for quite some time, right? Like, I thought she said she'd been like doing that for about 5 years. Unless you mean Blender just recently. You pushed her into Dreams. I'm glad you did. I mean, she's definitely got like her own distinct style that I think comes from her experience with Dreams. And that's only gonna help fuel her in the Blender journey. Maybe I can kind of make these less bulked out and a little bit more narrow, and that'll help with the overall airiness of it. Squish, squish, squish. Pull, pull, pull. Pull, pull, pull. This one is like not coming to a point at all. That's probably part of it. Another thing I could probably do, but it would be another layer of work, is adding piles on top of some of our piles. Or tufts. Which might be worth avoiding for now. Like, we've demoed a simple understanding of across a couple of target areas. Unless we want to do this across the whole model, it might not be worth doing this. Having a couple feature areas of the technique might be enough to get away with. I don't know. Gonna save it anyway. Yeah, we got a nice little community going. I'm really happy about it. I've been learning a lot. Alright, as for making a few leathery folds, let me look at our BlenderMon again. He doesn't really have any, like, they're very smooth sheets. I mean, he's got like a little bit of vein going here. But it's not really what I'm after. What am I after anyway? I want, like, let me look at some illustrated bats and see how people draw them. the leathery folds of wings. Just to let y'all see what I'm seeing here. Just like a little bit of ribbing that happens in some of them. Let me take a look here. Or I can do little ripples that kind of go vertically. I think that might be better for what I'm after. That's what I'll try for. Something like Zubat. Maybe Pain and Panic from Hercules. Possibly. I think these couple of illustrations might be enough to hold us. Try to warble it a little vertically, and I'm going to do something that might not work. Minimally affecting the overall shape. That sounds like exactly what I want. It kind of gives a little bit of warble. It's not a lot of control. Rippling. Just kind of want to introduce a few ripples. Maybe I can pull. I'm really scared to do this. I can hear my computer starting to kick up. No, why not a dino wing? Oof, that is way too much area. Let's stay in this area. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No, not you. Pinch folds? That might be... It doesn't seem to be doing much. Maybe I can build it up over time. Is it kind of doing something? It's kind of doing something. I'm going to give it some more strength to try to do whatever it's doing. Yeah, it introduces a little bit of warble. It's a little chaotic. Like I can tell it's probably grabbed some stuff from back here and pulled it through, but you can see where it's kind of doing the thing that I need. If I get a couple of good lines of this that I can probably smooth back out. Okay, I'm starting to see what it's doing here. Kind of pulling from what's already there, so I'm going to lose some of my ribbing here. Pinch point cloth from all sides. Geometry inwards or outwards. Try this real quick, see what it does. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. I like this, but we gotta be careful with these. Oh, this is probably what I was after earlier. It does kind of widen things a lot, though. Just to be super careful about it. It looks a little bit more leathery. Let me try to backtrack now that I know what to do a little better. Well, I guess that's as far as that goes. I think we're just going to work this back and forth a little bit. Till we get some nice little ripples. And then maybe we can crease them out from there. They came with 4.2, yeah. I think you told me a little bit about it. Okay, and then like once again closer to here. Just a couple of good ripples. Definitely feels like I'm moving something more cloth-like, which is nice. Alrighty. I'm liking the general direction of that. Let's start cleaning it, because I need to pull that rib back into place now. To puff it back out. And then crease it back in. That seems about right. Alright, now let's crease it. There we go. I'm glad I'm having fun experimenting. Thanks. I am starting to feel out what tools are for what jobs still, but I'm starting to develop a few favorites already. And I'm kind of starting to wonder if there's a way to, I'm sure there probably is, a way to kind of save, because I keep backing up to here to wiggle these two around. If I can preset some of these, I might be able to save as new brush. Just like, here's my large crease, here's my little crease, here's my little but very intense crease. And not have to fiddle with those settings so much. But that might be a lesson for another day. Let's get these creases in. It's really coming along. Thank you so much. I am glad. Now I'm trying to think of like, what is going to be the next cute and creepy critter I make once I survive the process of this one. Grease, 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 grease. Easier than I think to make my own brushes. That's good to hear. So I can make a few packs of like, here are my zoomed out brushes, here are my zoomed in brushes. I feel like that's going to be the way to go, but I'm definitely not versed enough with any of the brushes in particular to really know what is going to be the sweet spot. It's going to take a lot of iteration, I think, to find my brush settings of choice. There we go. Starting to look a little lumpy again, but we can smooth it once we got everything in place. Just gonna inflate these a little bit more and then tidy it out just a little bit. I don't want these back faces poking through. That's gonna be a gnarly thing to fix. Maybe also like give myself enough geometry with which to like push these out without losing too much. I can't really tell what's the back and front of what I'm looking at. I know how to fix that. Hold on. Give me that. See this? There's no bueno. That does not make me happy. Now that I hear that song, make Grogu. No. He's so wrinkly. It would take me forever. And all those fabric folds. You wrote for a cute mimic? I like that idea. I'm gonna write that down. I like that. Like a baby mimic. Okay. Get rid of this problem. Just smooth it away. Just buff away all your problems. Smooth, smooth, smooth. A bit more radius, maybe? Okay, that's starting to get it. There we are. We did lose a little bit of our detail, but it needed to happen. Just tidying it up. What was that flashbang just now? Oh, it's the inside of the... Okay, okay. No, he's cute though. He makes your Star Wars heart happy. You vote for the Empire. I will try. I can try. If I survive this little bat creature, I'll write him down at the very least. Maybe I do a little, like a small sculpt where I don't really go several days into detail like I have with this bat. Maybe Grogu. It's one of the takes of no. We respect political opinions in this place, even if they are fictional. Alright, what am I doing here? How do I clean this? I want to cut little notches in the leather. And I'm not really sure how we're going to do that. in a good way. We can try. That kind of works, but it kind of drives things pretty far forward when it does. It doesn't just go straight up. Maybe it's the orientation of my camera, though. If I kind of do that, is it crazy? It's not too crazy. It's hard to see, but it's not too crazy. They destroyed your Death Star 2 times. Maybe there's a message in building a Death Star. All you have to do is not build a Death Star. Like if y'all were building schools and hospitals. If you got Darth Vader more into urban development, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I'm sorry. That's a weird take. City planning Darth Vader. I kind of feel like I have to tackle this head on and then just kind of clean it from the other side somehow. Is the method again? I'm really just after like a cut. I just want to cut in. That ain't it. Grab silhouette. What does that do? Feels like I just crammed a bunch of geometry up into the thing. Probably not that. Nudge. Snake hook? What is snake hook? That's kind of interesting. Seems quite intense, but might be what I'm after. A little bit. Those aren't WMDs, that's PMDs. There's nothing to worry about. What is PMD? So we got weapons of mass destruction and pace ships of mass destruction. No, not a yeah, I'm just kind of wiggling the cuts into place. I don't like how much of the original geometry is getting messed with, but I am able to kind of warble it into place. Pew-pews of mass destruction. Oh, planet mass destruction. That makes more sense. We'll go with that. You don't see a pattern? I am seeing a concerning pattern, but I'm just can't put my finger on it. I'm gonna leave it alone. get you to be crisper. When did I flip the camera? How did I flip the camera? Anyway. Let's try to smooth that into something without losing too much. I think that's as close as we're getting. And now maybe we can do some larger smoothing to fix some of this bumpiness. Big strokes, low strength. Just thumbing over. Probably gonna have to crease back in, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. But these bumps need to be dealt with. It's late and you're getting sleepy? Oh, okay. I'm catching up here. Yeah, I think I have a sudden increase in like German friends. Which might be part of the confusion. I'm not sure. Oof, I'm just sweeping geometry into things for no reason at all. Smooth. None of that. No, no, no. No, no, no. There. And throw a little bit more creasing into some of these areas. Not as intensely though. Just yeah, like that. Kind of push and pull on some of that detail. Maybe I'm overdoing it though. Chill out on it. Might be in a good enough spot. I'm gonna save it. And from there, maybe I can start the retopo. Retopo. Can I append a new one? Gonna do something dangerous. Guy who does, oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Where am I looking? This guy, append you, but only your objects. Objecto. I think we're looking for joined 0, 1. Let's try that. Ta-da! And now we have our bat that does not have all of the details, but we can kind of reference him as needed. We have our like finely detailed one, our kind of sort of detailed one, and now we can start our low poly one. What do we name them though? Sculpt. With fur. Sculpt. No fur. In the words of a very wise duck, let's get dangerous. Which duck are we talking about? There's a lot of cartoon ducks that come to my mind suddenly. Is that Darkwing Duck? Sounds a little Darkwing Duck. The golden snitch, no. This golden snitch bites and scratches. It is Darkwing Duck? Nice. Called it. Alright, let me get out of sculpt mode and get started. What are we adding? Just an empty, I guess, and starting from there? I think I need to have a single vertex, right? We'll start with this, I guess. I think. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. That was correct. Thank you. I knew that. I just forgot. Yes. You. And then is it going to let us retopo additionally on the lower sculpted one? I guess we'll find out. I kind of want to reference 2 different objects while I'm doing this, but we'll see if it works. Bam. Very forward-thinking show, given it featured an adoptive single dad who's also a superhero. That's true. That was a good show. And I'm realizing how popular ducks were as cartoon characters in the 90s and early aughts. I probably don't need my little glove and pen for this part. We're gonna be adding little dots. We're gonna want to start making some loops. Here, maybe? Is it already doing the thing? Oh, it's control, right? Yeah. Bam. 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 Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, come on. Like that. Too late to apologize. I keep trying to drink out of an empty coffee cup. Why am I like this? Okay. Trying to keep the same number on top as bottom, but I can see myself losing my place very quickly. Hold on. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. I grab these, slide them back a little bit. No, not what I meant to do. Something like that. Now, what else? No, not from you. Let's just start fresh. Oh, how does this work here? Got a little moustache. A little like that. Well, I'm only working on the one side at the moment. Should I have like the mirror on? Do I just need to leave that alone? Where did my menu just go? It was up here a second ago. Oh, whatever. I don't need it. I don't need it. Probably gonna need more around the bottom. I don't know. Let's get it down and then we'll get it right later. There-ish. Ooh. I am as relaxed as I am confused. We shall just see. I'm just kind of ballparking how far anything should be. There's not really a lot of educated guessery going on. Hi. Relaxed and confused. I am living that slowpoke life. It me. It me and all my friends. I think I identify more with a Snorlax, but I like a Slowpoke's vibe. I should probably put some more loops. Let's just start wherever. Here. You dressed up in a Snorlax onesie? That is news to me. I am so curious, but like, that sounds adorable and fun. I don't want a Snorlax onesie. I do not need more. Probably here. You wanted your reception to be anything, or she wanted her reception to be anything but formal. Slumber party's a good theme. I like this. Everybody dancing around in their gym jams. Just having a ball. This is way too wide. Get over here, like there-ish. That's probably gonna have to cut in half or meet up with that somewhere. I don't know. I guess it's not too big a problem if it's like that. It's a bit of a gap. Or, I don't know. I think that this should extrude outward more, right? I don't know. Jojo noted. Oh no. You dressed once as a stormtrooper, but nobody told you you're cute. Oh no, it's okay. I think all stormtroopers are like at least a little cute. I think it's really cute that everything that they fire at gets away. It's very sweet and thoughtful of them. What else needs a loop? And you get a loop. And you get a loop. And you get a loop. And no, there's no bullying happening here. I just replaced my lenses and my helmets and I can see now in that thing. I imagine that costume or the uniform, what's the word I'm looking for? That helmet fogs up really fast. It does not look very breathable in its design. except for the little vent part in the one area. It fogs up. Oh no. You need to Photoshop the stormtrooper frown upside down. That's what we need. Happy stormtroopers. They just need a little bit better PR. And more of a... less Death Stars. Okay. I can see this getting really confusing really fast, but I think I'm about to start extruding on the things like that. Well, grab everything. Thank you. Oh my god, I get to see the Snorlax onesie. Wait. I'm not gonna show it on stream or anything. I just, oh my god, yes! That looks so comfy. That looks so cute and comfy. I bet everyone had a great time dancing around in their pajamas. You added 2 fans to the Stormtrooper suit? That makes sense. It's funny how you can't see any kids in that thing. No wonder those teddy bears in the woods made us suffer. And no Ewoks were harmed in the making of this film, because the stormtroopers are very considerate and they are not going to hurt them. Like I said, it's just the PR thing. You gotta market them a little better. Like, look how eco-friendly they are. They are warning the Ewoks to get out of the way, but they are also not actually shooting them. What am I doing? This is gonna take a little while, I am sure. Uh-oh. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Yeah. Okay. Totally fine. Only that is sort of tucked up into the air in a way that I don't like. So see if I can't get that in a better spot. And then we can just walk it out, I guess. There's no money for food when they blow up stars weekly? No. they're all, it's not a spoiler to say that they're all clones at this point, right? They are all clones, right? Just feed them clone kibble. I don't know. There's got to be like, you're going so far to develop the technology to clone people and you're not really, and you're doing it for like a war machine, but you're not considering what it takes to feed troops, and like, that's just bad science. You'll need to consider that. Making your clones easy to feed. How do I account for that? I'm not going to account for that. That's what I'm going to do. Just going to ignore it. Those are soldiers' clones, or I got rid of after the Clone Wars. They're not clones. Those are soldiers' clones, where I got rid of after the Clone Wars because they were too expensive. So literally, space people. What? I did not pay enough attention to this series of movies. But in my defense, these movies are kind of all over the place. That is true. It's supposed to be a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They did not have Sun Tzu or Roman logistics or any of that stuff. Just spaceships and space politics. Oh, are we getting into like the war logistics, the history? Persians were pretty good before the Romans. Oh no. The minute we start bringing hashtags into the chat, I think things are taking a turn. Whether I agree with them or not. Oh, that is not joining the way it's supposed to be joining. Come on. How am I getting this up this loop? Like that? Perhaps? Ruh-roh. If you can just snap onto that, that'd be great. Okay, and I see two, and they're gonna come down to here, and then I'll just blip, 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 blip. It's been fun. I hope you get some rest. Thanks for coming to hang out. Have a good one, Defiant. There we go. And once more. Just another strip down the side. Give myself a little more over here. If any of y'all are thinking that I'm moving with some kind of method to this madness, you are sorely mistaken. May a fork be with you. Goodness. So far so good. I'm seeing a problem. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. I need one more. I'm just gonna whoop. Okay. There we go. Nope. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and one here. Okay. Nope. Bruh. That way. That's not what I meant to do. Just grab the vertex. 2. And no. Maybe I'll go this way first, and then it'll know what I'm trying to do. Come on. That's one of you. Now the other one. There we are. Okay. Crap. Wait. No? Did I not need that extra cut then? I wanted this to go over here. You will go there, and then there. You'll come over here like that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it! No, that ain't it either. What have I done? Ding dang old triangles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this needs to have one more. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Correct. Supposedly. Okay, wait. Forget it. I'm putting another loop. Man. Why are you all like that? I just want to put a loop. It's like you're projecting from view, and I need you to not be doing that. For like just a minute. Yeah, that. Turn that off for a second. That'll do it. Now you can turn that back on. Ta-da! We got an ear. And turn this off for a second. Not you. You. Just want to see if see what I'm working with. I mean, you're kind of there. You got some vertices in some weird places, but you know you're on the way. Not that. This one. Okay, so maybe I can change who you're targeting here. But it doesn't seem like it. It's not looking for it. What are you looking at here? That's certainly not what's in my object list. Unless... Aha! So cylinder 002 is our sculpt with the fur. And our sculpt with no fur is 01. So maybe I can tell it to target that intermittently, and that might allow me to not have to worry about those fur chunks and leather bits when we get there. Hopefully. Which maybe I should go ahead and do. Oh no! Is it not going to allow me to change it? Apple bottom jeans, sculpt with the fur. That's pretty good. Okay. I need you to target something else. There's no way you're just absolutely locked on this guy. Come on. 01. Excellent. Okay, it just has to be done out of edit mode. Uh-oh, what have you cooked up, Pixel? Ooh, hold on, I need a second to read. Oh no, I can't. can't sing this. Because I actually don't know what the rest of the song sounds like. I only know that one line, and it's only because of y'all. I am not a pop music kind of person. I'm so sorry. I've never heard the rest of the song. You will have to sing this delightful verse for me at the next class that you're at. If it's too well. Music has gotten such that, like, around the sound bites that a few songs are used for in, like, TikTok videos, there's a lot of songs I have no idea what the rest of it sounds like. What am I doing here? Sculpt with the fur can go away. We are doing the retopo part, which we don't need that for. We are working with, uh-oh, was it you? Nope. I'm confusing myself now. Okay, you. Haha. What in the world? What has happened? Okay, we have this retopo, and all I want to do is tell it to target another object. I don't want it to actually try to remesh itself to it. But it does. Or maybe it's just, I don't want to generate a new one. I just want to turn this off and turn this on and make sure that it's projecting to the right thing. Maybe it just is by default. Let's see. So far so good. It's like if I turn the first sculpt on, it'd be all over here. Okay, so it's not actually locking projection onto a determined object. It's just projecting onto what's visible. That makes some of this make more sense, which means you are probably paying attention to the teeth. Yeah, you would have been all up inside the head if you weren't. Okay. Okay. That's why I need low poly. For what? I was just trying to figure out how this tool works. But I thought the goal of this homework was to bake it. Baking high-res details onto low poly meshes. So I wanted to have a higher sculpt. Right? Unless I misunderstood the assignment. Also, there's not actually an issue at the moment. I think I didn't know how this tool was projecting onto, because I thought it was like working off of a targeted object, but it seems like it's just projecting onto any object that's visible, which makes switching between the higher sculpt and the lower sculpt much easier for me. So far so good. I just need to make a decision. Like on the rest of these things. I don't think this is the way to do it, but I mean, if it kind of works. Let me work on the leg for a bit. Nope, not like that. Not like that. What he meant was it's easier to, if you have a lot of bumps, to make separate meshes as a sculpt to disable visible parts when not needed. Ah. Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I don't know if I'm giving myself enough room to bend these limbs, but maybe we can just add some cuts later with some handy dandy beveling. That seems like a large one. Maybe not good. Nope, not like that. I wouldn't worry about your English. I think your English is good. Like, you've taught me a lot, and I wouldn't have known, like, that you didn't speak English more regularly until you told me that, no. Your English is fine. Don't worry about it. You got a D in your old school? Well, like, are they teaching fancy grammar and having you read, like, Wuthering Heights and stuff? Because there's, like, English class, and then there's English conversational. And English conversational, I think you're doing great. Where do I go in from here? Probably start with a loop around the ankle. That might work. There we are. That's what you're thinking as well. I mean, yeah, like, and I only say this as, like, someone that has, like, I've learned some French. I've learned enough to get by in French, and I'm learning Greek at the moment. And I'm still like thinking every word through before it leaves my mouth. Like I can tell that you have a lot more speed, like you have the speed and knowledge to pull words out quickly on demand, which tells me that you are pretty fluidly conversational. So yeah, you're doing good. Which that is not an easy feat to be able to do. Or to get to that point in learning a language. Oh, maybe I do need another loop or something there. Or if I just slide this up a bit more. What a weird way of working. It's kind of challenging the way you have to think about this. Most of it you learned through coding and playing games. Getting angry you couldn't understand a word. Oh no. Is that like rage learning a language? I mean, if it motivates you, I'm kind of tempted to say any motivation to stick it to learning a language is worth it because like it's already hard enough to learn a language. That if it's rage that's powering you, just lean into it. Go full Red Lantern. It worked. Yeah. Nope, that didn't fuse. Right, hold on. Okay. I think you are gonna have to be the weird place where things start doing this little number. Jodo, are you calling me a nerd for knowing what red lanterns are? Like, do not forget that I have lanterns tattooed all over my body. It's kind of an obligation to know what they are. Yeah, they help. That's good. So is Yade also like German as a first language? I'm not actually... I'm still learning about everyone. Okay. And maybe slide these over a little bit. And that'll go like that. Okay. Whew, this is... It's like quilting on the fly. I feel like my mom would be very good at this, given that she knows a lot about quilting. But I am a floundering. Yeah, comes from the States. Oh. Okay, what is the... Okay, and then I'm gonna flatten that out like that, probably. Boom, 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 boom. Crap. Well, add another cut if we need to. Should I be worried about these parts that kind of bubble out a little bit? Like, can I wiggle them after the fact? You were searching for people to play your games on Dreams? Aw. You were introduced to Twitch where you saw Yade starting to play Dreams for the first time? Aha, okay, I see. So you just come to Twitch to fish for people to go into for lab rats. So when you're looking for someone that you're like, I'm teaching a Blender class, I'm gonna look for people on Twitch that are floundering in Blender, like me. I mean, the method works, so I'm not complaining. That's a cooler origin story, though. I'm drawing myself into a corner. Probably. No, wait. That's so satisfying. I'm surprised that worked. Let me try to wiggle some of these spots into a better place. Maybe I can add a loop or something. Like through here so I have more of a joint to work with. Seems a little messy at the moment. Yeah, I'd probably want it to be here. But here's where the big bad stuff is happening. Maybe I can slide this down. There was like a little smoothie function in the first place. I think it was like in sculpt mode. It just sort of... Wait a sec. There. That's what I'm trying to do. No, not that. Not you. Not you. You want people to get the aha moments when you show them tricks? I mean, it works. Like, I have the, like, epiphanies every stream, so... It has been very beneficial for me. Where is it? I know you're in here. No, no. Wait. It's one of you two. Relax slide with pinches instead. Okay, I think it's you. Oh. That's very intense. Maybe not that intense. I mean, can I still have this on and then... Oh, here, all up in the model is the problem. Okay. It is kind of nice to be able to just grab and go, but I feel like I'm getting a little messy. I hope when I turn this model back on that it's not going to be all gnarly and out of place. Artsy people are most often cool and chill guys. I think so too. Alright, Jojo, have a good one. Hope you have a good rest of your work day, if you're at work. Thanks for coming to hang out. Yeah, I think here is probably going to be the best place for a cut because this seems too wide as well. Okay. Let me wiggle some things into place to make that happen. All right. And we're going to jump back in. Nope. Wait, yes, yes. Okay. Oh, now we're all up in the kneecap. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Oh, not with that on. Maybe I can just start grabbing things out. Oh, I didn't want to grab the whole thing. Way less. Way less. I think some of this is the camera projection. Like, I think we're nice and flush when we're looking at it dead on, but then you turn and it starts popping out again. That might be just something not to worry about. See, you just kind of grab it, and even if it hasn't really moved, it's... Yeah, I really can't trust the visual representation here. Because that is all kinds of weird. What is happening now? I like that you said, can you tell me why you're naturally so good at understanding how all this works? And I just broke the projected view of everything somehow. What? Maybe this is just too big and it was actually affecting the whole of the model, but like I fix it over here and then I come and fix it over here and then it's broken over here again. I think I done goofed. I didn't break it? Okay, hiya Yade. How's it going? Yep, I'm doing my homework and breaking everything. Literally everything. How? I tried to proportional edit something. And I guess it grabs way more than it lets on. I feel like it's enough in the sweet spot that I'm tempted to just leave it alone. The in front button. In front button. In front button. In front button. It's around here somewhere. Right toolbar, object yellow square. Ah. Thank you. Visibility. Viewport display. Bam. Oh, well, kinda. Kinda, yes, but then I get to see all the way through, and maybe that's not as intended. I feel like that's going to confuse me if I leave it on. I really just want the face display to work. Maybe if I jump out and jump back in? Nope. Viewport display. Disable X-ray. And then use in front. I mean, it is disabled. Is it the normals? Are the normals all thrown out of whack? Because I think by in front, it means even if it's on the back of the model beneath it in the collection, it's still going to render it on top or in front. X-ray on is this, like, and with it on, you can see that the faces are there. I think I legit broke the way it's displaying them because it's still on top. Like this bit here, like this square alone should be on top. I should be seeing it. I know what happened. Look, you can see the inside of the face. The normals are probably all flippy-doo-dah. That's probably what it is. Okay. I'm probably just going to have to ignore it then, right? And recalculate normals when we're done. Because there's too much of the inside exposed for it to really know how to flip-a-doo-dah all my normals. This is some brain-bending level of stuff. I'm just not going to proportional edit no more. Select all mesh. Are we really doing this? Are we flipping them? Where is it? Mesh. Normals. Recalculate outside. Okay. How could what I have done before break them? All I did was I jumped into sculpt mode and I started relaxing some of the vertices. Right? Thank you, Pixel. I'm just wondering how I did that so I don't do it again. Well, everything's hunky right now, so I can't complain. Alright, how do I think I'm just afraid to proceed. That's probably what's happening right now. I'm just gonna start making some connections. Oop. Yeah, hi Ayade, how's it going? Did you do your homework? I think that's gonna need another loop. That's a huge gap happening. I think that's not the connection to make here. Yeah, hold on. Maybe I can put another loop here. Turn that off for a second. Still need to finish retopo. Yeah, it's Like a little puzzle game for sure. Oh, that's so many new faces. Okay. Maybe we'll just go around the mouth for a minute. Blip, 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 blip. I think you're gonna do good on the exam. If you show up with confidence, regardless of what happens, you'll leave with confidence and you won't have like your own nerves working against you, right? Like, don't psych yourself out. Okay, so far so good. 2 teachers at once breathing down your neck? Oh no. I wish I had a lot of words of encouragement, but I try to avoid the whole like, just do it, just do it mentality of like, because I don't think it's always helpful. But I do hope that you don't get too in your head about it and then psych yourself out and then not do what I know you're capable of doing. Uh-oh. Wait. And then there. Yep. Got it. Kinda. Sorta. So for you, maybe a healthy amount of fear is a good motivator? That's going to be a tough spot here in a little bit, but I'm going to deal with it later. I want to do some easy stuff for a bit. Nope, not like that. There we go. Sort of getting there. No, you're a good teacher. You're not that judging. Don't even worry about it. I think it's gonna take like 2 loops to get across here at least. So I'm gonna start with 2 jumps. I don't know if that's wise, but that's just what I'm starting with. Hold on, I think someone's knocking at my door. One more vertex. One. Okay, I'll go check. I guess it's a phantom knock. I didn't see anyone. It's Dully week. Oh no. I hope that Dully doesn't feel bad if I don't get to make it this time. On Friday, I'm going to be becoming a citizen. So I cannot be there. That's probably going to have to be another cut. I hope not, but probably. Yeah, that's going to be too flat if I don't. Okay, you told him? That's good. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I hope I didn't get ding-dong ditched, but like, I didn't see any flaming bags of poop, so maybe I'm okay. Do kids even do that anymore? What are pranks even like these days? I don't actually want to know. That's a rhetorical. Don't answer that. For now. I still want the homework from Friday's class. As if it involves this project. I still want to finish this little baddie creature. That seems like a stretch. Bam, bam, and then you have like way too much in here. What is with all the geometry in here anyway? Can I collapse some of this? And not lose too much? Like... you, perhaps? Or you? Okay, maybe not. Maybe I need that. Okay. Imagine Blender has a blob noise on you. I mean, y'all are like... you and Yade both have like reskinned blenders. I'm sure that there's probably a way to add sound effects. I don't know if it's a... I don't know if you should. But I'm sure you could. We'll just add more. It's fine. And probably here too. The sounds are satisfying in dreams. True enough. Blender needs sound effects. All I can hear right now is the Jurassic Park actor being like, we spent so long wondering whether we could. Nobody ever stopped to ask whether we should. You know? Talking about software and heresy. You've wanted to make a clown horn noise whenever CMake builds an object file. I don't know what CMake building an object file is, but I feel like I'm going to hear a lot more clown noises. Well, that's not going to work. Nope. 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 Let's see. What's the method here? Not that way. This way. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, I think we're making good progress. Sort of. Sea make is clown make. The poison I choose if I have to. All I have are more questions that I'm not sure I should have the answers to. Maybe I'll start working my way down from here. So, bam, bam. Okay, wait. This way, maybe? This way. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm starting to see it. That's probably going to have to be a loop. I don't want it to have to be, but I kind of don't see another way. It was and still is a Unix utility to build software. Stands for color make, another flavor of make, but with more features and colors. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like that's gonna have to be a thing. This guy's gonna be a thing that gives me problems. Yeah. Okay. I am going to put this here because I want this to be a little bump that comes outward. Yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of edges if I add it across there. But here, it's still going to be a little too much. This is quite a wide gap, though. Blender uses CMake to build? Huh. Give me that vertex. Give me that back. Can I just have that back? Thank you. I guess it kind of comes out to a bump in a weird way if I do this. It doesn't look super duper right though. Hold on, let me turn this off. Like it has a little bit of a bump, but not enough to really justify it. Maybe I'll leave it for now. Bam. Okay, and you can be like, bam. Uh-oh. Hold on. That's going to be a lot of vertices up in that one crammed spot if I don't do this. Yeah, you can say, oh no, I think I know what he's about to approach you with, too. He couldn't get me with it because I don't know what the song is. I only know the one line. I'm gonna scooch you up here. And cut you right here. And that should make this easier. Boop. And I'll just slide these up to V. Yeah. And then bam. And you'll probably get another cut. Let's widen you up for that. Bam. Come on. I'm looking for that one little pixel. Thank you. And then I can just... Ta-da! Whew. Okay. No. Oh, sorry, I just caught on to what you said. Not you, this one little Virtus. Alright, it might be good for the front. Maybe you can start plugging up the back. Can I stop looking at this lattice? We don't need it. It's getting in my way. Get out of my way. Right. We'll go through the bottom. Bam. 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 I am totally down to like record sound effect sounds for Blender. So. Okay, I'm not going to cross that gap yet. We're going to go little bitty bits at a time. Bam. Ta-da! 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 That's getting a little bit big. Ta-da! Sounded straight out of Superliminal. I wanted to quote it, but I can't actually remember any of those quotes from the game. Love that game though. What in the world is this? What am I listening to? It's still the same. Oh, it's some Overwatch thing. The blob when you pick up stuff. Yeah, I can hear that. It's so dubsteppy, which is not bad. It's just not what I expected from this channel. Not dubsteppy. Dance, maybe. I don't know. Electronica. You recreated all of the mechanics from Superliminal? Why was I thinking of Stanley Parable for a second? It's like trying to remember lines from that game. But Superliminal was also good. who made Viewfinder helped you with understanding the systems? Viewfinder, is that like how they were projecting the scale of objects? Because that's pretty cool. I am seeing the need for more cuts, and I don't want to do it that way. So I'm going to do it this way. We'll just go up from the leg and pray for the best. Bam. That's a problem. That's a problem, and I don't like it. Why is it like that? Can I make another? I guess I could. I guess I should. I don't really wanna if I don't really have to, but we're gonna probably have to. So go ahead and commit. Viewfinder is another mind-bending game. Oh, I don't know this one then. Dang. Probably this way. Maybe we can slide this out a little more. Maybe we can push for a cut in here. Is that gonna be huge? Oh, that is gonna be so huge. Never mind. We'll just tighten that back up. And not do that. You take picks and walk through the picks when you place them. Okay. Well, maybe I saw Game Grumps play this or something. Or somebody. It's starting to sound familiar. Bam. And I'll just boop that in there. And that can go up there like that. Maybe. Oh, I see something came in. You are playing the game demo. I'm just going to click through for now, but I'm definitely going to check out the rest when I get to... Ah, that's so cool. Alright, I'll check the other one real quick. But I'm almost done with the main part of our retopo. So I'm gonna jump back in. That's cool. I'm seeing your Stanley Parable-like thing. That's crazy. You've even got the vibe of the whole environment. Are you rebuilding this environment from scratch to be like it? Or is there like an asset pack that's sort of similar to this? It's really cool. I think it's crazy that you just rebuilt like two a whole other games like in your free time. I kind of imagine if you just had nothing but time on your hands, the kind of games you'd make would be crazy. Oh, I'm so tempted to make a huge snip somewhere, probably here. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have another little loop around this for flexibility. Boop, boop. I feel like I should have another couple coming across here. Hold on. And give myself some more room. I can finally see where I should make myself more room. Go outward from here. If I scale it, is it still projecting? Seems like it is, but I can't really tell. No, hold on. Wait. Maybe I just need to look at it head on. Oof, like it is, but it's still catching on weird things. Try not to scale, I guess. Maybe I can slide it out in Sculpt? Perhaps? That comes across. How much does that mess things? Not terribly, and it gives me room to slide things over here. I like to avoid it if possible. I feel like I should have enough. I'm just trying to think of how to join it smartly. Let's go ahead and make the easiest connections. And maybe I'll trim those three off. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Goodbye, these three. There we go. I just need both of those. Okay. And then over. Okay. Well, we're gonna lose one. Well, we can kind of butter it out. I think we got it. Hold on. Like this. Oop. I think once I finish this line, I'll probably call it a day. Well, that's a bit tightly packed. But I can slide it out now. Okay, I think that's it. Don't do that. Oh no. Why not? It's still a quad. Don't do like kind of triangulate them. It has to become a flat mesh. I'm not sure I'm understanding. I'll take a snapshot. Okay. Alrighty, no rush on this. I'm gonna probably wrap up here in a second, but it's a bit of a funny spot. I can definitely see some funny spots. It can be tuned up. But yeah, show me. I'm gonna jump off stream and call it a day and get some food. But I'll check my messages. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. And again for all the help. And I hope you'll have an excellent rest of your day. Oh, I see what you mean. I see it. Okay. I'll clean it up a little bit then. But yes. Have an excellent evening. And I will try to see. It's tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday? Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. I'll be around tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Wait. Tico is streaming. I'm gonna send y'all over there. Hold on. Wait. I can do this. Ikoyaki. Bam. Whew, I'm glad I caught you. Here we go.
Wait, BG, have you